Let me share my screen first. Okay, so today we are going to look at the first chapter. Okay, I'm so sorry I couldn't find my PowerPoint slide. I tak tahulah kenapa, kat mana dia letak. But for today we are going to use Dr. Rohaila's notes for first chapter. Okay, basically the content are same. It's just that I have transformed it into PowerPoint slide. But tak apalah, kita pakai je lah yang ni. Okay. For first chapter is the introduction to data analytics. Oh, before that, sorry, I tak on camera because the line is not so strong today. So I have to off my camera. InsyaAllah next class nanti hopefully might be okay. Tak apa Buat lah. Nanti kan korang, I cakap seorang-seorang tiba-tiba you all dah mana-mana dah. Okay, let's continue. So at the end of this lesson, yeah.
Nak start recording ke?
Tak apa.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you sebab tolong ingatkan. Dia biasalah petang-petang ni kan. Kenapa lah dia orang letak kelas you all petang ni Let me lecture waktu petang. Kalau kata lab, okay petang sebab we can, yelah sebab hands on kan. So bila lecture petang ni, faham lah. Okay, so at the end of this session, you should know these topics. Okay, the first one is the type of data. And then the second one is the value of data in the present and also the future. So how can we use the data in the future? And then importance of analytics in relation to the value of the data. The types of analytics, but we are not going to look very detailed into these types of analytics yet. Okay, because I will cover these 4 types of analytics in chapter 3. Okay, and then the analytics method, the people involved in business data analytics, and then we will also look at your role in business data analytics and the skills, also the questions to ask the customer. Okay, first, types of data. Okay, I'm sure all of you have known this. Usually, okay, people will categorize the type of data into 2, where structured and also unstructured. But actually, it has 4 types of data. Okay, we have structured, we have semi-structured, we have quasi-structured, and also unstructured data. So if we look at the structured data, this type of data is the one that you always use. Okay, in your machine learning class, in your data mining class, it is in the table form where we have the column and also row, and it has a specific format and also structure. For example, the transaction data and also the OLAP data. So OLAP stands for online analytical processing data. Okay. And then the second type of data is the semi-structured data. So this type of data, we have the format for this type of data, but it is not in the table manner. Dia tak duduk dalam column and row. So for example here, like we have the XML file, we have the HTML file, where the XML file has the tagging, all the taggings with its own structure. Okay, so that one falls under semi-structured data. While the next one is quasi-structured. Okay, this is not really structured data because okay, from the data we can transform it to a structured data, but it will need more effort. Okay, you need to use some tools and also it will require lots of time. Okay, for example, the web click data that may contain some inconsistencies in data values and also format. We will see in next slide, okay, the example of this quasi-structured data. And the last type of data is the unstructured data, where this data has no format, no structure at all. Okay, for example, if you have a text document, if you have the PDF document, image, audio, video, everything. So it falls under unstructured data. Usually people will always categorize the semi-structured and quasi-structured as unstructured data. That's why before I did mention that people always categorize it into two parts, okay, two categories, structured and unstructured, because they tend to to put the semi-structured and quasi into the unstructured data, but it's actually no, okay. But yalah, layman term tu kalau nak if you want to explain to the normal person, it's it's easy lah if you use the two terms, unstructured and also structured.
Data.
Okay. Normally, okay, our data, our data in the real data, real world, 80 to 90% of the data are under non-structured or unstructured data. Okay, it's either semi, quasi, or unstructured. So, but certain cases, in certain problem, you can get these four types of data together. Okay, for example, we can see here for a support call center, you can get structured data in the table manner, where it will consist of date timestamps, and then it will also have machine types, problem types of operating systems, where usually this kind of data will be keyed in by the person, okay, the staff. And then you can also have, okay, from the same problem, you can also have the unstructured data, unstructured file. For example, if you have a call log, okay, we can transform the call or call log or voice log into a transcript. Okay, let me show the example. So this is the example for call log, and this is the transcript. Okay, that being translated, okay, from the audio to the text. So this is under unstructured data. Okay, and these are the example of the four types of data just now. Okay, structured, quasi-structured, semi-structured, and also unstructured data. So, okay, this one is the quasi-structured. Let me show you. Okay, this is structured. Ini you dah biasa dah jumpa dah, mana-mana senang je. You can easily get the structured data. So the quasi-structured data, okay, this is the data. Okay, this one. Asal dia tak nak keluar line. Oh, sebab line dia putih. Kejap Okay. This one. La ilaha illallah. Tak apalah. Dia tak nak kawan dengan I ni. Okay, this one. Yang http.www everything ni. So, we can get the information from this link. Okay. But, you can store it in a structured form. But it need more efforts because you need to understand what kind of information in the link. Okay, so like I said, you need time, you need put lots of effort, and also, of course, you need tools to help you to extract the information. And this is the semi-structured. Okay, the example of the web page codes, and unstructured. I think you have seen the unstructured data. Okay. This one. Okay. Next will be the evolution of the size of data, the volume of information. Okay. If you can see in 1990s. Okay, the data is stored in RDBMS and also data warehouse. Okay, and the size of the data is terabyte. Okay, measured in terabyte. In year 2000, okay, it involves digital data, and usually we measured the data in petabytes. In 2010. Okay, they start with the new NoSQL, and the measurement for the data is exabyte, but now we have yottabyte, where this yottabyte is same as a trillion of terabytes. So you can imagine how big the data now. Okay, now we have the streaming data, the online streaming data, everything. So it requires advanced technology, advanced methods to process those online streaming data. Okay, the data we can get from multiple data sources. Okay, for example, here are some examples only. Okay, first one is from the, like we have the medical machines like MRI, we have CT scans, we have X-ray, we have all the blood machine, everything. Okay, it can produce certain data. Usually, when it involve all this machine, it will generate the structured data. Okay, and then you can get also the data from the websites, okay, from the Facebook, from the YouTube, Twitter, from the blogs, from the website, so many things, okay? And these are unstructured data. And then you can also get the data from the surveillance camera, okay, video, in a video format, and your mobile devices, okay, all the information, all the text that you send to your friends, to your family, using WhatsApp, using Telegram. So all things can can give you a data. And then we have smart devices, such as the smart electric grids, smart buildings. Can also generate the this one can generate unstructured and also structured data. And next example is the non-traditional IT devices such as RFID, such as a GPS navigation system, and many more. Okay, you can actually you can get the data easily because most of the machines are digital now. Okay, but if you have the data but you don't know how to interpret, how to analyze it, so that will be another problem. Okay, so the value of the data. Okay, let's look at the value of the data. If, like I said just now, if you have the data but you don't know how to interpret it, you won't get any information from the data. Okay, that's why you need to learn this analytic subject so that you will be able to analyze it, and then you can get more information, more you can get more insight of the data. So basically, this kind of data, this kind of hidden information can help the company, the organization, to what we call that, to make their operations, okay, their business more efficient. Okay, for example, this kind of analytics can help the company to reduce their cost, to help them in decision making, and many more. Okay, so there are a few case studies that Dr. Rohaila has listed for this chapter. The first one is the healthcare. Second one is public services. Third one is life sciences. Okay, for healthcare, where we will see how the information, the data, can reduce the cost of care, reduce the hospital costs. And then public services, we will see how the data can be used to prevent the pandemics. And then life sciences, where we can use the data for genomic mapping. Okay, first, let's look at the healthcare. Okay, the situation here, okay, let's say there is a poor police response and problem with the medical care triggered by shooting of the Rutgers students. And this situation has drove local doctor to map crime data and examine local healthcare. So by using the data, the doctor can generate his own crime maps from medical billing records of 3 hospitals. So apa dibuat based on the records, the patient records, the billing records, and also the residents records, they can generate another information. So for example, the outcome is city hospitals and ERs provided expensive care but low quality care. So maybe it be based on the one is the billing, and then maybe from the response from the patients. And then they can reduce the hospital cost by 56% by realizing that 80% of city's medical costs came from 13% of its residents, mainly low income and elderly. Definitely the low income and elderly will not come to the hospital if the bill is so expensive. Okay guys, hold on I have something kejap ada hal sekejap. Take 5.
Okay, doktor.
Baik, madam. Baik, doktor.
Okay, sorry guys. Hari ni macam ada visitor. Actually my mother-in-law is here, so dia nak balik. So I kena balik turun say goodbye dulu. Okay, kat mana dah tadi? Key outcomes, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, reduce the hospital cost, and then on top of that, okay, the hospitals can also offers some other, let's say, for example, macam ni, additional services. Okay, if you can see now, since the pandemic, okay, this is the real case. Some of the hospitals, the private hospitals, they offers the online consultation with the patient, and also they offers the home visit. Okay, like the hospital in Shah Alam, Avicenna Hospital, they have the True Care mobile apps where patients can register, and then patient can book the appointment with the doctor. The doctor can consult through online without the patient be in the hospital. So in a way dia bantu from the hospital side and also the patient side since pandemic ni kan. Okay, penat. Okay, next is public services. So public services, the situation is how to treat the global pandemic. Okay, we know that the number of cases has increased exponentially, and then the cases, the pandemic has spread very fast. So using the data that they get from the websites, from the posts, from social media, the medical data, everything, they combine it together, and then they can help the public services to generate other information. For example, they can identify the fifth form of human malaria, including the origin of the disease, and then it also can identify the efforts, why the efforts fail, and then how to improve. How to it's not improvise, how to improve. Okay, the effort, so that it will be a success, and then how to propose more proactive approaches to prevent the outbreaks. Okay, the intervention action that should be taken by the public services. And for life sciences, here we have Broad Institute mapping the human genome, and in 13 years map 3 billion genetic base pairs, 8 petabytes, and then it can generate other mappings, okay, to identify certain mutations that will cause other diseases. Okay, from one analytics, it can be implemented to other cases. So those are the how the analytic works, meaning that you have the data combined with the analytics, so it can solve so many problems. Okay, for competitive advantage, okay, so by having this analytics, okay, you analyze the data, in the proper way, you can help the organization to make profits, and also to analyze and also and find more opportunity, okay, business opportunity. Basically, when we talk about the business, the business owner will always find ways to reduce the risk and to increase to find more opportunity to increase their profit. Okay, so according to Bain research, the top performing organization tend to make decisions based on what their data tells them. So based on the data, based on the historical data, they will analyze, and then they will see the performance of the organization, how or what should they do, okay, to prevent or to improve the situation. So this is the percentage of respondents by data capability. This is the Bain research, okay. If you can see, data make data-driven decision very frequently. So it's about 53% that use data to make for their decision making, and then for make decision much faster using the data, 41% agreed, and execute decision as intended most of the time, 47%. Okay, those are the research results by Bain research. Okay, another example for this competitive advantage is the airline company. So usually, okay, traditionally, the airline company has a call center. So if you call the airlines company, they will ask your profile so that they can check your the other details. Okay, for example, the flights, the status of the flights, and then what are the other things that you required to know. And by using the analytics, it can help the airline company to investigate more than that. Okay, for example, if they have the ID, and then if sometimes some of the company, they ask for your social media account. Okay, your Facebook, based on the like, okay, you subscribe or you follow their social media, based on the ID and yours is social media, they can use and they can analyze whether you have posted the irate message or not. Okay, just let's say you post the irate message, something that is negative about their service or their company. Okay, So the staff, the call center staff, can immediately call and try to solve the problem. So there's no more traditional conversation between call center staff and the customers. If you fully utilize the analytics methods. Okay, next let's look at what's driving analytics in organization. So there are 4 drivers here. Why company, why organization needs these analytics? Okay, first one is to optimize their business operations. For example, to increase the number of sales, to determine the pricing of the new product or the sales product. Okay, it's not macam kalau you nak bagi sales tu bukannya simply put 50%, no. Okay, no more. Sebab they need to do some analysis. If they put 50% sales for the product, so what will happen? Is it will help them to get more buyers, or the other way around? Okay, and then it will also help them to increase their profit and also to make the business process efficiently, to increase the efficiency of the business process. Okay, the second one is the desire to identify the business risks. Okay, for example, we have customer churn, fraud, and default. Okay, customer churn is the biggest problem, especially for telco company. So they will analyze the data why the customer churn from the company, move from their company to the other company. So they will start to analyze about the usage. For example, the usage, the call usage, the data usage, the package that has been offered to the customer, and is there any negative reviews based on the package? So they will collect all the information and then do analysis to decrease the number of churn customer. So same goes to fraud, default, and more. Okay, this is to reduce the business risk. The third one is predict new business opportunities. So for example here, upsell, cross-sell, best new customer prospects. Okay, when you open a business, you need to find more opportunity. Okay, definitely your target will be high profit, right? So you need to look at every single thing when you want to expand your business or you want to open a new business. The fourth one is comply with laws and regulatory requirements. For example, here you must comply with anti-money laundering, fair lending, and Basel II. Okay, so these are the drivers that drive the organization to use this analytics. So next is analytics. Okay, what is analytics? So it's more than OLTP MIS report. Apa dia OLTP ni? Anyone? OLTP? Do you know what is OLTP? I je cakap kan, you all senyap je. Can someone tell me what is
Online
OLTP?
transaction processing.
Yay, okay. And then it's more than that, okay? Not a very static, very straightforward reports. Previously, yes, they used that kind of report, but the management need to think more. But now by having this analytics, by having those analytics techniques, analytics tools, we can generate more than that. Okay, it can, and we can also examine a large number of data so that we can get more information, more insight, and then we can see the correlation between each attributes of the data. Because each attributes or each parameters of the data in our data plays different role. Okay, so we will see which one is the most dominant factors or which one is the most dominant parameters in our business. And then these analytics also will help the organization to make more accurate decision when they face the problem by looking at the data, because the data is a real fact, right? So based on the data, if they do proper analysis, yes, it can help those companies, those organizations to make more accurate decision. And then these analytics also might help organization harness their data and use it to identify new opportunities. Okay, new opportunities, and also find new, it's not new, to find to find opportunities to compete with their competitors. Okay, because some in business, let's say in fashion business, okay, we have lots of companies in the fashion punya apa orang kata area. So how can company A sustain their business by getting high profit? So this company A will analyze everything about their customers, their sales, their data, the reviews that has been made by the customer, being posted by customer in the social media, and then they will also look at their competitors, the company C, company D, company B, and try to overcome or improve their products, their service, so that their customer will stay with them. Okay, so this is an example. Okay, sample business problems. So there are a few questions here. How can we improve on X? What happening real time trends, and then how can we use the analytics to differentiate ourselves with our competitors, and then how can we use analytics to innovate something so that you can place your company, okay, your organization at certain level compared to the others. And then how can we stay ahead of our biggest competitors? So those are the main problems that the management always think. Okay, so the qualifiers: will the focus and scope of the problem change if the following dimension change? For example, time, people, the risk, resources, and also the size of data. And of course, we need the analytical approach to process all the data that we have so that we can get the information. Okay, the example for this one is the churn prediction for Yoyodyne Bank. The problem here for Yoyodyne Bank is how can they improve net present value and retention rate of the customer. So they have all the information, all the qualifiers. The time trailing is 5 months, people, working team, and business users from the bank. Risk is the project will fail if we cannot determine valid predictors of churn. The resource is from EDW, Analytics Sandbox, or LTP system. And the data, yes, they will use 24 months for the training set and then analyze the 5 months of historical data for those customers who churn. Okay. And how to identify churn or no churn for the customer. So they will conduct pilot study followed full-scale analytical model. So here they can develop a predictive model, okay, to see whether their customer will churn or not churn. Okay, that is the case study for the problem. And then next we will see who are the people involved in business data analytics and what is your role? Okay, the stakeholders in business data analytics. There are 7 stakeholders. Okay, we have business user. Definitely you need business user, because if not, then who are going to use the data and all the information that you generate? And then we have the project sponsor, project manager, business intelligence analyst, data engineer, database administrator, and also data scientist. So business user is a person who will get the benefits of your end results, and this user will provide you all the information, all the requirements about the project. Okay, the project sponsor, who is responsible, okay, for the genesis of the project by providing the impetus of the project and core business problem, and of course funding. Okay, because it will involve lots of money usually. Project manager, the task is to ensure the key milestone, okay, during the project, and all the objectives are met on time and as expected by the client. Next one is business intelligence analyst. This is the expert, okay, the business domain expert that have a very deep understanding of the data, of all the KPI, key metrics, all the business intelligence. This is where this business intelligence analyst will work together with the other team members to help the others to come out with a correct solution. Okay, and then data engineer, deep technical skills to assist with tuning SQL queries for data management, extract and support data ingest to analytics sandbox. Okay, data engineer, basically it is, if you look at the data professional pyramid structure, okay, data engineer will be the lowest part, okay, where this is the technical person, which will support the data analyst, data modeler, and also data scientist. I'm not sure whether you have seen the pyramid for data professional, but the data professionals punya job ranking. But maybe after this, I will send to you to the WhatsApp. Okay, the photo, the image of the pyramid. Okay, next is data administrator. Okay, sorry, database administrator or DBA. So this database administrator will responsible to configure the database and support the analytical needs of the working team. So this is the one who will take care of the database. Okay, and lastly is the data scientist, where this data scientist will provide subject matter expertise for analytical techniques, for data modeling, apply valid analytic techniques to given business problems, and also ensure overall analytic objectives are met. So there's a lot of tasks for this data scientist. Okay, to be a data scientist, you need to have lots of skills. If you look at the Venn diagram of data scientists, okay, there are I think 3 main elements. Okay, the first one is the computing. Okay, and then the second one will be the mathematics and statistics. The third one is a substantive domain. I mean, the domain itself, where you want to apply all those techniques. So this data scientist should be able to determine what kind of techniques can be used to solve the problem, because we know that certain techniques suits for certain type of problem, okay, and certain type of data. So if you want to be a data scientist, you should have the skills. And okay, that's your role in the business data analytics. You can be a business intelligence analyst. You can also be data engineer or data scientist. Data scientist, to be a data scientist, you need to have professional certificates plus experience. Okay, at the beginning stage, maybe after graduating from this degree level, you can be a data engineer or data analyst. Some company appoint our students, our previous students, as a junior data scientist. Okay, where you need to do from end to end everything. Okay, it depends to the size of the company. These are the role, okay, for every stakeholders. Okay, we have looked at the description, and then we will see the role needs in the final deliverables, the end process. So how these stakeholders plays their roles. So for business users, you will see whether the results are generated by the system ke analytics tu ke good for them, and then what are the benefits of the findings. Can they use the results to increase to find the better opportunities for their business, or to lower their risk? So they will see on that what are the implications of this for me, okay, for the business user lah. While for business, for project sponsor, they will look at what's the business impact of doing this, and what are the risks, the ROI, and then how can this be evangelized within the organization. And then for this one, okay, business intelligence analyst, show the analyst presentation. Definitely you need to present. If you are the business intelligence analyst, you need to present everything, and then determine if the reports will change. And then for data analyst, you will share the code, okay, from the project, and then create the technical document, because technically you won't stay with the company for a long time. Okay, usually people will jump from one company to another company, so you need to do a technical documentation. You need to explain how you code the program to the others, so that if you leave the company, there will be someone else to can take over your job. Okay, that is why they need you to share the code to create the technical documentation, a very complete and detailed technical documentation. And for database administrator, you can share the code and also technical document. And for data scientists, show the analyst presentation and share the code. Okay, share the code ni, because usually we will it will involve models lah. Okay, kalau you nak buat prediction, you will have a predictive model. So you need to share the predictive model code with the other team members. Okay, the skill set for you to be the three roles tadi tu: business intelligence analyst, data engineer, and also data scientist. You need to have technical skill, you need to have a quantitative skills, curious and creative, communicative and collaborative, and also skeptical. These are the 5 skill set that you need to have. Okay, you see, communicative and collaborative. So for those who are, I would say, lack for these skills, so you still have time to improve. Okay, try to communicate with your friends, try to work in team, collaborate with your team members, and then you need to be curious and also creative in providing solutions. Quantitative, technical ni, I think tak ada masalah semua orang ni. And then need to be skeptical because you need to look at one thing, one problem tu at the other side. Not from one side only, okay? You need to look at different sides so that you will get a better solution. And these are some elaboration, okay? Quantitative skills is about mathematics, statistics skills. For technical, the aptitude, okay, such as software engineering, machine learning, programming skills. So you need to equip yourself with the programming skills. Nowadays, most of the company requires talents with a good programming skills. So still have time, you still have 2 semesters to learn to improve your programming skills. And this one is for those yang dia punya programming skills dia rasa macam so-so sahaja. For those who already advanced, then alhamdulillah. Okay, you don't need to worry about this. And that's skeptical. This may be about how can you examine, okay, the work critically other than one side, like I explained before, from different angle. Okay, you need to look at one thing too from different angles so that you can have more ideas. Curious and creative, must be passionate about the data, and then you will, if you passionate, you will find more ways. Okay, you have to think creatively. Okay, you only batch kebat kan, so you need to use all the the ability to come up with a proper and it's not proper, a better solution, okay, for the problems. Communicative and collaborative, okay, not enough to have strong quantitative skills and engineering skills, but you need also to have this communicative and also collaborative. I know technical person will have this problem. Okay, most of the students who the programming skills tu memang very bagi je memang boleh buat, okay. Most of these technical person, they are lack with communication skills. Don't know how to interact with people. You think that apa kata susah nak communicate. So you need to learn that because nowadays industry are looking for the overall the talent that have these skills. So not only the programming. Kalau you ada programming saja, you don't have those communication. You don't know how to communicate. You don't know how to work in team. You work in silo. No point. Tak gunalah you ada programming skill yang sangat terror pun. Kalau you tak boleh buat benda tu, memang you tak, kemungkinan besar you tak diambil kerja. Okay, then you have to opt for, maybe you can have your own business lah kalau macam tu. Okay, but if you want to work with certain big company, international company, you have to equip yourself with these traits or these skills. And lastly, for this chapter, okay, the important question to ask your customer. So the first one is, what is the business problem you're trying to solve? Ini the first thing, the main thing that you need to ask your customer. What is the problem? And then what is the outcome? If you don't have the problem, you don't know the outcome, then you are in a big trouble. I mean, if your user do not provide you the problem, okay, the outcome, then it will be difficult for you to solve their problems. So will the focus and scope of the problem change if the following dimension change? So you need to ask them this. You have to consider the time, the people, the risk, resources, the size, and also attributes of data. Does this 5 focus or 5 scopes can change the dimension or the requirements of the project. And then what data sources do you have? Okay, what kind of data does the company have? Okay, you have to look into the data and then you need to understand about the data, every single thing about the data. What industry issues may impact the analysis? So this is the external factor that will affect your analysis that need to be to be included in your final conclusion. And then what timelines are you giving? Are you up against? Then who could provide insight to the project and who has the final say on the project? So basically, the last two ni is about it's about evaluating the results. Okay, you have to generate the analysis, and then who are going to approve this? Who will say that, okay, this is what we want? Okay, you need to know that. And lastly is a group discussion. Okay, think of business process that interests you and answer the given question. So you have to answer these three. What value can be gained? What question would you ask? Who are the people involved? Okay, so go back and think about this. We will discuss during lab session. Okay, next Monday and Tuesday. Monday is for group A, Tuesday for group B. Okay, do you have any question? Ni senang je, chapter ni memang Which slide? This one? The second one, industry issues may impact the analysis. Okay. Sekejap cabarnya soalan you. Industry issues. Okay, it depends to industry. For example, kalau kata kita buat, let's say jewellery industry. Okay, jewellery, dia akan relate to the gold. So gold prices definitely will impact you punya business. Kalau gold price turun, so what will happen to the industry? Gold price naik, what will happen to the industry? And usually, based on the data, you boleh tengok tau, bila masa you punya business profit tu kurang, bila masa business tu profit tu tinggi, bila masa sales you tinggi, sales you kurang, what kind of products that people of your customer always buy during the sales, during the normal time. So that's lots of things. And then that one tadi I bagi goal kan. So kalau kata contoh lain, kalau macam okay lah, let's say kita ambil handphone, okay, industri contoh Apple dengan Samsung. So kalau kata Apple, dia kalau you perasan Apple punya evolution untuk iPhone, okay, macam lambat sikit compared to Samsung. Kan, Samsung kan dia macam always come out with a new handphones. Okay, but those are the things yang macam both companies kena ambil kira. So you nak focus on apa? Cosmetic, based on device, based on the performance. So those issues, itu antara issues yang akan bagi impact to the analysis tu. Okay, sebab you need to look overall, including your competitors, and then the global market, what happen, macam bagi kita contoh tadi gold kan, kalau gold prices turun, what will happen to your business kalau you in the jewellery punya business? Adakah you punya sales akan turun, adakah sales you akan naik? Usually kalau gold prices turun, sales akan naik lah, because people will buy gold kan, dia akan start beli jewellery, beli gelang, beli rantai, everything. So you punya sales akan banyak. Okay, kalau you tengok kat situ, most of the contoh macam Habib Jewels lah, inilah itulah, they will give more promotions during that time. But if the gold prices is increased, so dia akan buat another strategy to make sure that the customer will continuing buying their product. Faham tak? Dia bukan tengok satu isu saja. There are lots of issues. And political issue can be also one of the issues too. So kadang-kadang kan politics, they can influence the industry. So industry issues too actually not focus on the industry itself lah. Okay? I'm not a business person, but logically itu sebab based on FYP students when based on the readings, based on apa kata the thing yang berlaku 2-3 menjak ni, we can see that there's lots of issue that influence that will impact or affect the industry. So tak kisahlah industri apa. Kan? So dia akan ada macam internal issues and it will have external issues. Factors that will give a huge impact. Ada yang low impact, ada yang huge impact. So dia kena analyse semua benda tu. So to be a business analyst is not easy. Okay, you kena tengok satu benda tu from many perspective so that you can come out with apa orang kata efficient and also a better solution lah. Okay, menjawab tak soalan you tu? Okay, sebab dia different industry might have different issues, but basically each of the industry they have, macam saya cakap tadi, internal and external, okay, factors and issues that will impact their business. So you tengok, kalau you kata you ambil satu business, contoh airlines, okay, apa isu yang you rasa will impact the airlines punya industry? Okay, pandemic, and then what are other issues? Kan dia macam kalau ada world event, definitely you punya tiket tu memang akan sold cepat. Kan? And then kalau you tengok contoh lah, if we take AirAsia as our case study, so you tengok macam mana. Kadang-kadang bila ada World Cup, macam you cakap tadi, AirAsia mungkin boleh sponsor ke, ataupun dia akan play with the price. Kalau you buka hari ni, price dia macam ni, buka hari esok, price dia macam ni, bila dah dekat-dekat dengan perayaan ke, apa semua benda tu, dia orang dah buat dah. Because they have the analytics team. Okay, the issues, bila pandemic, okay, macam mana? Can they survive during pandemics? Nak bagi tiket, kalau tiket free pun tak ada siapa berani nak fly. And then tak boleh nak fly overseas, semua benda tu impact. Okay, the major issues adalah pandemic lah sekarang. Tapi dulu-dulu punya issues adalah sometimes the review posted ataupun made by their customers, their existing customers, might also influence their services juga. Sebab kadang-kadang bila kita kata, oh teruklah servis dia ni, ini nak kena bayar, itu nak kena bayar, benda tu influence other customers too. So they might choose other airlines instead of that airline. Faham tak? Dia macam you tak boleh tengok isu tu dari satu sudut saja. It's not that AirAsia, okay, apa? Berdasarkan dia punya services sahaja. Issues yang berkaitan dengan airline saja, tak. Kadang-kadang other issues, economics, kata sports, might also influence their business. Okay? Boleh. Itulah you tanya orang bukan business tau. I bukan otak business, but yalah, logically macam itulah. Okay, so you need to discuss in group. Bolehlah discuss dengan sesama kawan. Maybe we will discuss about this during lab. And then try to pick one business, okay, and think about the process, and then what are the value can be gained. Okay, the question that you should ask kalau kata you nak kena buat untuk that company, and then what are the people were involved, what are the stakeholders for that particular project. Okay, you can choose company and also the task yang you nak buat. Boleh? Ini subjek ni banyak kena banyak macam interact lah. Tak adalah saya cakap seorang je kan. Macam tak best lah, penat tau.
Boleh dah saya boleh.
Dan tak
Boleh,
syok
doktor.
lah. Kita petang kan pukul 2 tau. I rasa macam kalau I cakap tu you senyap tu macam I baca bedtime story dekat you. Nanti tiba-tiba kan hanyut je. Enggak ada yang tak makan lagi kan. Bila tak makan dia mengantuk. Petang-petang jangan mengantuk So untuk tak mengantuk, you can always unmute and then talk to me. Kita discuss sama-sama.
Okay, doktor.
Okay. Any other question? Senang je kan chapter ni?
Ada satu question, madam.
Yes. Apakah? Berdebar pula Korang ni tanya soalan. Okay, apa dia?
Dekat role tu kan yang what are the people involved in business data analytics.
Okay.
Yang analyst dengan data scientist tu macam sama dia punya.
Ni,
Dia punya
business
tugas.
intelligence analyst dengan data scientist. Tak sama. Tak sama. You nampak sama. Tapi sebenarnya tak sama. Because business intelligence analyst is focusing on the business itself. Okay. Ni apa orang kata, otai lah untuk business tu. So you tanya apa saja tentang business, dia boleh jawab untuk business tu. Dia akan provide all the information about the business to the data scientist. Data scientist ni technical person.
Okay,
They have to work together. Dia punya job scope dia nampak sama. Similar but not the same. Okay, dia ada difference dekat situ. Sebab data scientist ni memang technical person. So kalau dia perlukan information from the business intelligence analyst, but business intelligence analyst ni dia akan analyse in terms of the KPI, the profits, the problems, the issues, everything related to the business. And then dia akan combine with data scientist. Data scientist ni memang expert in technical lah, macam untuk analytic punya stuff. So they can work together. They have to work together so that the objective can be met. Okay, kalau you kata nampak macam sama, nampak je, tapi sebenarnya tak sama. Okay?
Alright.
Boleh?
Boleh. Faham dah.
And kalau
Macam
kita
dia-
tengok pun dekat sini, okay, welcome. Kalau kita tengok dekat sini pun, business intelligence analyst ni is more towards business person. Data scientist more towards computing, statisticians. Okay, boleh jadi data scientist. And sebenarnya from other bidang pun boleh jadi data scientist, providing you are the expert untuk benda-benda tu lah, all the analytics, you know the how to do all the analytic techniques, and then how to do modeling, how to analyze, how to apply all the models according to the data or according to the business problems. So banyak benda. Data scientist ni coverage dia sangat banyak. Okay?
Okay. Thank you, Doktor.
Welcome. Sekejap saya rasa macam mungkin you tak nampak lagi kot, because this is intro saja kan. So dekat bahagian analytic method nanti we will see the process. So kalau kata you keluar nanti as fresh grads, you boleh jadi engineer. Macam saya cakap tadi, ada certain companies, if you have the skills, you have the certificates, they can appoint you as a junior data scientist. dah ada students kita yang being appointed as junior data scientist. And kalau tengok data science tu, it's not meant for computer science punya students sahaja. It's a multidisciplinary field. Okay, as long as you know how to program, you have the knowledge of the statistics, you know how to apply at the domain, the substantive domain, then you can be a data scientist. Kena ada experience and also, of course lah, certificate. Okay, professional certificates. So nanti at the end of this subject, hopefully you guys can enroll, register and sit for the rapid minor exam. Tak susah kerja, tak susah. Bukanlah tak susah yang betul-betul tak susah tu macam kacang je, tak. Kalau you biasa rapid minor, you know how the rapid minor works, you have the knowledge about analytics, why those things happen, how it happened, then you can answer all the questions easily. Okay, I nak share dengan you all lah yang Rapid Minor Academy tu. Sekejap You all dah register belum? Have you registered for educational license?
Ya,
Dah dapat approval?
dah dapat.
Sepatutnya dia sekejap je, within 24 hours dia akan approve. Kalau you dah ada account and then you like to renew, contohlah kalau you habis degree, you nak sambung master, you nak renew benda tu, just in a few minutes dia akan terus. But okay, let me share with you the Rapid Minor Academy. Ni, you boleh tengok dekat sini, nampak So there are actually 7 certifications. 7. Okay, you boleh ambil lah nanti. Okay, I dah complete 5, so I have another 2. So jomlah sama-sama anak-anak muridku sekalian, kita ambil exam. Okay, you can start with this one, application and use case professionals. This is the basic, ataupun you ambil data engineer professional certificates dulu. Okay, I have another one, data engineer master ni I tak ambil lagi. Tapi this one dah completed. Okay, you can try, boleh belajar sendiri, there are videos. I personally encourage you to take, to sit for the exams. Okay, it's for your own good. It can establish your resume. Most of the companies, bila tengok you ada this kind of certificates, bila you boleh pakai rapid minor, it means that you ada basic and then you boleh buat other analytics tu juga. Sebab dia lebih kurang je analytics tu, it just that vendor, dia punya provider je lain-lain. Ini by rapid minor, kalau kata you boleh buat ini, you boleh juga buat Azure. Microsoft Azure, and then we have SAS, Visual Analytics. Benda-benda tu basic dia sama, back end dia sama, cuma interface-nya berlainan. You need to have the knowledge, you need to familiarize with all the machine learning, all the analytic things, then memang sap-sap-sui je lah, boleh buat. Okay, kalau saya boleh buat, maknanya you all pun boleh buat juga. You can try, okay? So nanti saya nak tengok lah you all ada satu certificate. 1 ke 2 ke. Boleh? Silalah sahut cabaran itu.
Boleh doktor.
Boleh, korang pandai-pandai. You all pandai tau. Boleh insyaAllah. Siapa? Sorry? Iqbal. Apa sertifikat yang you ada? Baiklah kita kongsi. Oh, pandai je. Mana Iqbal? Iqbal? Oh, Iqbal. Yang lain pun, it's good for you to have this kind of certification tau. Dia sebab sekarang ni by having this kind of certification, dia boleh upskill yourself. Okay, sebab nanti bila you keluar tu, sekarang ni kan you all punya batch ramai, you punya senior pun ramai, you punya junior pun ramai. What is the difference? Macam mana you nak differentiate yourself with the other graduates? So by having this kind of professional certificates lah. Okay? Any other questions? Saya tak nak hold you lama-lama sebab dah almost 3:30. Ada tadi yang cakap tak sempat makan lah apa benda tu. Korang dah solat belum? Tiba-tiba. Macam mak-mak je tadi kan. Dah solat belum?
Yang tu nombor satu.
dah.
Alhamdulillah. Okay. Belum? Okay. I think that's all for today. Siapa yang tak makan lagi, pergi makan. Siapa tak solat lagi, pergi solat cepat. Sebab sekarang waktu masuk awal kan. And I see you this coming Monday for Group A, Tuesday for Group B. Okay, kita akan discuss pasal yang tadi tu. So please discuss among your friends apa benda dan kita akan brainstorm nanti.
InsyaAllah.
Madam,
InsyaAllah, yes.
nak tanya sesuatu tapi macam bukan kait sangat lah dengan ni. And record kot.
Okay. Suspend je. Stop recording. Okay. Okay, apa?
Saya ada macam buat satu apps kan untuk macam like YouFuture attendance dia macam web scraping from YouFuture internet daripada YouFuture.
Attendance, okay.
So maksudnya you student boleh tekan attend je dekat apps tu, lepas tu dia attend. So dia tak payah buka daripada website YouFuture nak kena login semua bagai macam penat lah untuk proses untuk student kan. So saya buat apps tu macam mempermudahkan student untuk sign attendance kan.
Tweet. You buat apps ni ada siapa ke sendiri-sendiri?
Sendiri.
Okay.
So
siapa yang pakai sekarang ni? You and your friends? Siapa yang pakai? You seorang?
Tak siap lagi sebab saya macam tak ada satu kelas pun yang pakai YouFuture punya ni platform kan. So macam saya tak boleh lah nak siapkan. Itu macam kalau boleh nak minta tolong madam buat satu kelas attendance kat YouFuture kan.
Attendance saya memang dekat YouFuture tau.
Ya. Yeah.
You all tak perasan hari tu pun korang tak
dah.
Isnin Selasa hari tu tiba-tiba kan terkuat pula suara. Sorry. Isnin Selasa hari tu kan sistem tengah down. Tapi ini for today please check your attendance. Saya tak sempat cakap sebab usually I will pesan dekat hujung-hujung kelas. Jangan lupa check attendance. Tapi memang every classes I akan create online class dekat YouFuture. So you need to tick your attendance. If you have that kind of app, better lah. Tak payahlah nak log in lah, nak masuk, nak cari course lah, apalah kan. I tak tahu student view macam mana. But lecturers view, sangatlah susah kan. Dia kan keluar semua subjek, kena pergi pilih, kena buat online, macam-macam. Kalau ada benda tu, then baguslah. Bolehlah
tapi
cakap.
Saya boleh buat untuk student je lah, untuk lecturernya. Sebab saya tak
lah. Lecturer dibayar gaji untuk buat kerja. So kita buat kerja kita.
Okay, thank you madam.
Okay, don't worry. Dapat untuk students pun Alhamdulillah. Tapi memang saya pakai. You boleh test run dekat kelas ni.
Okay. Thank you madam.
Okay, minta tolonglah kawan-kawan yang lain untuk support. Kalau dah siap. Tak siap lagi kan?
Tak siap lagi.
Okay, nanti once dah siap nanti you bagi tahu je. So we can test. And that can be your, tak nak jadi FYP ke?
Boleh ke?
Tapi you pakai apa?
Ni
tambahlah.
AI punya program ke?
Hello, excuse me. Tambahlah, do some analytics lah. Tambah some features.
Analytics.
Pakai.
Banyak. Dia
You
memang
boleh buat macam-macam.
Okay. Dalam apps tu dia memang akan tunjuklah student. Kita dah berapa kita absent, berapa kali kita attend, maksudnya dia akan
bukan
tunjuk.
itu sahaja ya dek. FYP is more than that. Okay, you need to think some of other elements. For example, kalau you nak buat profiling ke, You nak buat student profiling boleh juga.
Tengok dulu kau madam.
Ah,
Sebab saya buat pun ni pun suka-suka je.
Kan suka-suka je kan. Tak apa. Tak, I cuma cakap je. Kalau you suka-suka tu okey lah. Kalau kata you nak buat, nak make it make project as your FYP, then we pun kata boleh expand pun sebenarnya projek tu.
Okay.
Okay. Boleh. Sila masuk ke YouFuture dan check you punya attendance for today. Okay? Sebab saya dah create dah tadi. Actually hari ni tak full attendance because we are supposed to have 62 students. We only have 57. Siapa tak main ni? Nanti kita tengok. Okay, so I think that's all for today. Thank you very much. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Stay safe. Jangan merayap-rayap. Jaga SOP. Take care.
Thank you, Doktor.
Thank you, Doktor.
Take care, Doktor.
Thank you, Doktor.
Thank you, brother.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.